this group and then the next group we're going to show you. Here are the Titans inactives for this ball game. Defensive back Chris Jones, linebacker Joe Jones, outside linebacker Derek Roberson, inside linebacker David Long, Taylor Lewan, and Laurel Murchison. So 4 of those that you already knew. Some other decisions the Titans make based on this next list. The Titans making 7 roster moves today. And the big one, obviously, was activating A.J. Brown. The wide receiver, he will play tonight. He's on the field warming up. Chris Jackson is also back for the first time since the Houston game. There's A.J., and excited to be back. He was excited to be practicing. He is ready to go this evening. And the Titans fans very excited to have number 11 back on the field. Probably the most excited guy would be Ryan Tannehill. The Titans have also called up Christian DeLaro from the practice squad. He is a tackle, and that's because the Titans had to put another tackle on the COVID list today, Kendall Lamb. Kendall Lamb was scheduled to start at left tackle in place of Taylor Lewan. Instead, he is out. Also, COVID elevations today, an inside offensive lineman, Daniel Munyer, he can play center or guard, and Kevin Strong in the defensive line. We will see him get action for the Titans in this ball game tonight in the D-line rotation. Let's move now to San Francisco and what they have done as far as their inactives. Mitchell, Hufanga, Greenlaw, and Hurst, we already knew were going to be inactive. They were listed as out in the final injury report that came out yesterday. McKivitz is a backup offensive lineman, so no big surprise there. All right, who else is back for the Titans tonight? Julio Jones. Julio Jones practiced yesterday, obviously not on the inactive list. We expect him to play tonight. It'll be the first time since Los Angeles on November 7th, and only the 7th time this year that A.J. Brown and Julio Jones have gotten a chance to work together. JACKRABBIT Jenkins, who's missed the last couple of games after being injured at New England, came out, went through an individual warm-up. He is playing tonight. And then TART will be back in the lineup in the defensive line rotation. Very good run stuffer. San Francisco averages 127 run yards per game. And so the Titans glad to have Tart back in the lineup. Another start for a guy who played over on West End. You know, Zach Cunningham played at Vanderbilt, went on to be a second-round draft pick of the Houston Texans, obtained off waivers by the Titans a couple weeks ago. Well, Zach Cunningham started in the game last week at Pittsburgh, led the team with 6 tackles. We expect that he will start tonight, and his performance is it's going to be a key. A lot of guys on defense, in the linebacking core, the safeties, the defensive line, even the corners to a certain extent. Tackling is really a massive key when you play the San Francisco 49ers. We talk about their run game, but we also talk about their run after the catch with the great George Kittle, who is absolutely fantastic, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. This is a team that can get a lot of things done as far as run after the catch. They will throw the ball deep, but they like to get it to a guy like Kittle in space and let him take off. All right, left side of the Titans offensive line, big key tonight. On the COVID-19 reserve list, the Titans find themselves without Roger Saffold, and so Aaron Brewer will have to get another start at left guard. We mentioned Taylor Lewan's out. We mentioned that Kendall Lamb is out, so who'll start at left tackle? The odds-on favorite at this point seems to be Dylan Radins, the second-round pick out of North Dakota State. Radins has been working the majority of the season at guard. We'll see if he goes in at tackle tonight. Take a look at that. Or we'll see if they move David Quessenberry from right tackle to left tackle and then play Radins on the right side. And why is that a big deal? Because you got to block that guy. That is Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is going to his second Pro Bowl. He has 15 sacks on the season. He has been an absolute force in recent weeks for the San Francisco 49ers. Speaking of Pro Bowls and an absolute force, Jeffrey Simmons was chosen as an alternate for the Pro Bowl. Jeffrey Simmons is having one of the best years of any defensive tackle in the league. you wonder if Jeffrey Simmons and a Harold Landry and some of the other Titans who were snubbed will be extra angry tonight to play against the San Francisco 49ers. I'd keep an eye on Big Jeff. Another key in this football game, especially because it's a Thursday night, special teams. Seems like every Thursday game this year has turned on one or two special teams plays at key moments. The Titans could have a big advantage in this area, especially in the return game. San Francisco has had some difficulties of late on kick returns, punt returns. They actually fumbled a kick return last week. So the Titans looking to potentially augment that advantage at home here tonight. Titans Radio is on the air with a long version of Titans Countdown right now on 104.5 The Zone in Nashville and wherever you listen to Titans Radio throughout the Mid-South. So go ahead and tune in for that. Coach Dave McGinnis and I will join you at 7:20 for the kickoff. 9-5 Tennessee playing host to 8-6 San Francisco. It's a big one. Thursday night football from Nissan Stadium. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening to Titans Radio, and tighten up, everybody.